Listen, let me just start by asking you a really direct question. Are you exhausted? And I don't just mean tired because you've got a busy schedule or you worked a long day. I'm talking about that deep, bone-weary, soul-crushing exhaustion that comes from constantly trying to manage all the people around you. You know the feeling, right? Worrying about their opinions, managing their expectations, trying to fix their problems, or just secretly wishing they would act differently. Well, if you're nodding your head right now, you are in exactly the right place. Today in this explainer, we're breaking down a genuinely brilliant framework from Mel Robbins called the Let Them Theory, and it is absolutely going to change how you interact with the world and finally help you reclaim your energy.
Okay, let's look at the roadmap for this explainer. 1. The exhaustion of control. 2. The two-step formula. 3. Protecting inner peace. 4. Mastering adult friendships. 5. Inspiring change in others. And 6. Reclaiming personal power.
Kicking things off with Section 1, the exhaustion of control.
So, to actually fix this burnout you're feeling, we first have to get brutally honest about the true source of your daily anxiety. Spoiler alert, it is not your overflowing inbox and it's not your packed calendar. The real culprit? It's our completely futile attempts to control everyone else. So ask yourself, what is actually in your way? Like, why do you hesitate? Why do you procrastinate? What's stopping you from living life on your own terms? When Mel Robbins asked herself this very same question, she was literally shocked by the answer, because the answer was other people. Or more accurately, how she was letting other people impact her. It's our worry over what they think, what they're going to say, and what they expect from us that actually causes all this hesitation and exhaustion. We go through life acting like we can control them, but we just can't.
Think about the total contrast here between managing yourself and managing others. Managing yourself, like pushing yourself to get out of bed early, to write, to take a risk. That's self-improvement, right? It's empowering. It builds you up. But on the flip side, trying to manage other people, that is just an exhausting, endless hamster wheel. You literally cannot manage other people's happiness, their expectations, or their reactions. If you keep trying to cater to what everybody else wants, just so you can find some peace, you're never going to find it.
Moving right along to Section 2, the two-step formula.
All right, this is where the magic happens. We're going to look at a life-changing, two-word theory that can basically set you free from this trap overnight. But the absolutely crucial thing to remember is that this is a two-part equation. Step 1 is let them, which is all about acceptance. When you say let them, you're making this conscious decision to just not allow someone else's behavior to get under your skin. But, and this is a massive but, you cannot stop there. If you just say let them and do nothing else, you're going to end up sitting on your couch feeling morally superior, bitter, and completely isolated. So it has to be paired with step 2, which is the ultimate power move. Let me. Let me is all about personal responsibility. It's about what you decide to do next.
If you picture a giant seesaw, you can really see how this plays out. On one side, you've got the uncontrollable masses, right? Other people, their wild opinions, their daily drama. But on your side, you have true control. Your acceptance, your understanding, compassion, and responsibility. Saying let me immediately grounds you on your side of the seesaw. No, you can't control them, but you absolutely can control your attitude, your boundaries, and your response. It perfectly balances your self-awareness against literally everything out there that you cannot change.
Which brings us to Section 3, protecting your inner peace.
Okay, now that we've got the formula, let's actually put it to work. We're going to apply let them and let me to real-world scenarios. Starting with those tiny, everyday annoyances. We all face these, don't we? The painfully slow buffering internet, the slow walkers taking up the whole sidewalk in front of you, the agonizingly long line at the coffee shop, being left on red, or someone just totally bailing on your plans at the last minute. You can literally feel your blood pressure rising just thinking about it. But when you apply let them to these trivial little moments, it instantly removes the friction. Let the line be long. Let the walker be slow. Let them leave you on read. When you stop fighting reality, you instantly free up massive amounts of mental space for things that actually matter.
But, what about when it's not just a slow walker? What about when you're dealing with someone's really intense emotional reaction? I absolutely love this metaphor. Emotions are like waves. They rise, they fall. When someone throws a major guilt trip your way or has a massive emotional outburst because you made a hard decision for yourself, you've got to remember this. You don't need to dive into the ocean and drown in their drama trying to fix it. Just ride out the wave. Let them have their reaction. Let them feel whatever it is they need to feel, and let yourself feel whatever you need to feel. The storm is going to pass naturally, but only if you stop trying to control the weather.
Now let's talk about our social lives in Section 4,
Mastering adult friendships.
Adult friendships can be, well, notoriously tricky. But applying this theory is the ultimate cure for that bitter feeling of being left out, like when you realize you weren't invited on that weekend getaway or the golf trip. The harsh truth is, relying on our childhood expectations where everyone is constantly included, it totally fails in adulthood. Because as adults, we scatter. Friendships don't just magically happen anymore. You have to proactively manage what the source material calls the 3 pillars of adult friendship: proximity, timing, and energy. You gotta be flexible. If you just sit back with your arms crossed expecting to be included and saying, fine, let them go without me, you are just gonna end up feeling super disconnected and lonely. So here is where you have to grab the steering wheel. You have to say, let me go first. Building a community is on you now. Stop waiting around for someone else to give you permission. Stop waiting for the text back. Stop waiting for the golden invitation. You go sign up for the cooking class. You create the book club. You send the text yourself. The let me part empowers you to actually create the connections you're craving without dumping the burden of expectation onto everyone else's shoulders.
Next up, Section 5, Inspiring Change in Others.
This brings us to what is arguably the toughest challenge we face. What do you do when a loved one is really truly struggling? How do you support them without crossing that fine line into just nagging or being controlling? Look, when we see someone we care about struggling, our knee-jerk instinct is to apply pressure. Fix it, push them, tell them what to do. But humans have a hardwired survival instinct to resist forced control. The second someone feels forced, they fight back, and all you get is distance and tension. Pressure creates resistance, plain and simple. Your true power here doesn't lie in control, it lies in influence. You want to inspire them to change, not demand it.
And the best way to do this is by using the ABC loop. Step A, apologize for pressuring them in the past and ask open-ended questions. Step B, back off and observe their behavior. Literally, just give them some breathing room. And step C, celebrate their progress while you continue to model the change yourself. Neuroscience tells us that adults literally only change when they feel like it's their choice to change. This loop uses that actual science to create a safe space for the other person so they believe that change was their own idea, not yours. Let adults be adults and let your positive influence do the gentle work of inspiring them.
And finally, Section 6, Reclaiming Your Personal Power. To tie all these big and small applications together into one massive, life-changing takeaway, just really let this sink in. The more you let people be who they are, the better your relationships will be. Honestly, letting adults just be adults is the ultimate life hack. Stop making your social life everyone else's job. Stop trying to change people who clearly don't want to change. Stop trying to rescue people who need to do their own healing on their own timeline. When you finally just accept people exactly as they are, you fiercely protect your own peace and you completely clear the runway for your own dreams.
So I want to leave you with this one provocative question. What are you going to build with all of this reclaimed time and energy? Think about it. Every single day you spend tiptoeing around other people's emotions or stressing over their opinions is a day you are straight up robbing yourself of your own potential. It's time to stop wasting your precious brain space on things you absolutely cannot control. Take responsibility for your own actions, relentlessly chase down your own potential, and step fully into your power. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Start using Let Them and Let Me today, and just watch how fast your life transforms.